Spacey's Sims, and we are back with more Cafe Enchante, and we are in Chapter 5 of Miser's Route, so we'll see how far we get today, if we get through to say, the final chapter. We're definitely not getting our ending today, I don't think. I think we got a couple more parts, but we'll see what happens, so. I think we were coming into our perspective. Look, it's been a hot minute since I played, because I play some other things, and then sometimes it's not that I don't like the game. I just don't feel the motivation to play it. Like, there's other games that I'm like, I can't wait. I don't need to record more and more and more. And, like, this one I'm always like, I don't know. Partly because I don't want to get the ending because I know it's just going to be a bitch slap in my face. Like, I'm just not anticipating it's going to be amazing. It's probably going to suck. Like, and I don't know. Like, I do wish maybe there were other games that they localized instead of this one. I just don't think this is one of those ones that it's like, yes, I'm totally going to want to replay it. Or it's like, oh, yeah, no, I don't hate it, but I don't know. Anyway, so I do love Miser, though. I love him, but I'm not going to get my happy ending with him like I want to get. So anyway, here we go. Like I said, I think we're in my perspective. We'll find out. Just kidding. I want to go home. To the shop. To Enchante. I see. Then I'll fulfill your wish. If I give you Enchante, will you always and forever be with me? I mean, like, I think that's really slow. No. And it's not even like, she can't even be like, if you pretend to be Miser because you did a shitty version of him. Like, you couldn't even get his personality right, so. The moment he sets foot inside, he feels stinging on his skin. So, Miser, I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, human boy, it's so cute. I forgot. I really did. I actually forgot. Phew. Vomiting blood the moment I enter. I'm glad nothing like that happened. Right as Miser mumbles the words, he sees that the suppressio is having an effect. From the ash blowing in the wind. Miser, so you've returned. Noah! As if nothing happened, the enemy who took Spacey takes form. It's natural, all things considered. One could say this place is on his body. It doesn't matter where one tries to hide, they would always be found. Also, attacking this body wouldn't affect him as the world itself. In that case, Miser decides that he shouldn't provoke him. Extracting information is the best plan. Miser, why did you return? Why? Is that really something you need to ask? Yeah. After all, I don't have the answer. I made it so you could find happiness in the human world. That form I gave you was a gift. Yeah, but you can't be happy without me. That's so sweet. Aw. Not gonna get my happy ending despite the fact that you feel like the game is like, oh, slap! Fuck you. It's exactly what's gonna happen. His honest confusion and his sense of kindness are wrought with ill intent. Well, to answer that, I have a question. Is Spacey alive? She's alive. And that is, with this world. No. With me itself. She's being assimilated. Oh god, okay. Fuck you. Like, Venia threw me and was like, become part of this tree! Bitch, at least we got out of that. We're not getting out of this, are we? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck! Fuck you! No! You better pry my ass out of here! Assimilated? His understanding couldn't keep up with Noah's words. This does not bode well. Is that the bad ending? I hope that's a bad ending. But without regard for his response, Noah seems like he could start singing, as he seems to have a happy tone about him. That's right. As of now, she's lost her unnecessary human form. Oh, we're fucked, aren't we? Son of a bitch. All that remains is her consciousness. Her consciousness and my consciousness. Once the assimilation is complete, she and I will truly be as one. That is creepy. She will live together with me in this arid eternity. I would be forever saved from my solitude. I see. So that's what you wanted from her. Noah's feelings for Spacey. It's clearly a train of thought birthed by pure insanity, and despite a chill running up his back, Miser lets out a small sigh and continues his words. All right then, I'll answer your question now. Why I returned to this world. As your enemy, I'll tell you honestly, with full transparency. Being saved or not doesn't matter. I'm just like you. I returned to this world wanting nothing but her. I mean, like, you'd think this would be nice, like two men fighting over me, but like, Miser, I understand. You, listen, Noah. The fuck? Like, dude, I've never met you. This is crazy. Don't steal my body and turn me into the world, maybe? Like, what? I mean, just like, stop. Just don't. Just, no. No? Like, I mean, you're pretty and all, but like, Miser is beautiful. And like, I mean, and you're crazy. And look, I'm sorry, you just can't hold a candle, literally, to Venia or frickin' Solitus as the, you know, bad guys who you're like, I mean, okay. Like, Venia threw me into a tree that was gonna kill me, and it was like, I forgive you! I'm just... no. Faced with this, Noah's expression doesn't change. I see. You can't do anything, though, so I won't try to stop you. His ashen body scatters, and he quietly disappears in front of Miser. No, to be precise, he began to observe Miser from both land and sky. If we're stuck here, do we get, like, a nice, fun, ashen body, too, I guess? Like, can we at least take a physical form? Like, I mean, I guess. How are we gonna play Jenga otherwise, right? I don't know. He probably thinks that Spacey can't be found, and is confident in that assumption. I mean, if I have no body anymore. In this land of ash with nothing in it. Finding her, huh? In the past, such a feat wasn't fulfilled for tens of thousands of years, and he gave up. Even when he learned to stand again, it took more than a few years. And now, in this moment, he has to do it all before Spacey's time limit arrives, which seems like it's close. For now, I'll walk and walk and walk some more. Yeah, for me right now, that's about all I can do. He realizes there's no other play. He solidifies his determination, and Miser once again sets out on his journey through hell. Poor Miser. Oh, look, we're me. Sorry. It's too much to try to steal you from me. Miser is greedy. What more could he wish for? It's dark. I don't know where I am. He's the world of end times itself. That's what Noah told me. Each time he speaks gentle words, my body slowly crumbles away. At first fingertips, next feet. This sounds horrifying! I don't like it! What silently approaches at the collapse of my body is fear. Not feeling pain is actually terrifying. I was quiet the whole time until he spoke to me. But the word miser, he uttered, finally caused me to raise my head. There, with childish expression, tilting his head, looking much like Miser, but very different in expression. How strange. I don't think he's thinking at all. Oh, I don't understand his thinking. I was like, I've read thinking and wow, I can't read. You know what? I don't understand his thinking at all. What's different between me and Miser? He's a nice person and you're fucking a psychopath or something? I don't know. Crazy. I'm just like him. I was originally just a human too. Human? When I instinctively ask, Noah smiles happily. I'm happy. You want to know about me. Is that what you're thinking? Then I'll make a special exception and show you. Show me? Of course. I mean my memories. I don't want to, though. Oh, See, okay, but the thing that sucks is like, this is Miser's route, and we get a Noah CG. It's pretty though. Like the artwork's pretty good. It's like dark and scary, and like, but it's kind of cool. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, quietly, with no sound, Noah extends his hand. Much like a dream I saw before, it melts into my chest. Ah, see? There we go. So he was the one that we were dreaming of. But his hands don't look, you know. Ow! Leave me alone! No. I might be the one being drawn into his ash body. Now, come to me, into the world of my memory. What will be the world of your memory, too? Much like singing a lullaby, with his soft voice, slowly, my consciousness is invited into memories of ash. With a prickle, my closed eyes react to the light ahead. The radiance is too strong. It won't allow me to sleep. Praying that it won't injure my eyes, I slowly push my eyelids up. There, I notice I'm standing in a place I don't recognize. Strange light spills around me. Mysterious symbols written on the walls and floor move like they're alive. Wow, amazing. To think someone with no talent like me would be brought along to a place like this. I recognize my voice, and I finally realize, right now it's me, but not me. I'm seeing Noah's memories through his eyes. I have no horns, wings, or anything. A common, normal human, unaware of the concept of non-humans. It's a time when he was an ordinary human. A sad memory. His line of sight traces the surroundings, then goes to a man wearing a black robe walking next to him. The human Noah speaks to the unknown man with a smile. This is specialized for each field. An altar that only specialists can enter, right? And they say they're even researching other worlds recently discovered. Is it really okay for someone like me to help with this? The man doesn't speak, but nods. The time when Miser and Noah lived as humans, an era called Genesis. Science and technology like a sci-fi movie, with magic and every form of the mysterious. Such things exist like they're natural, grafted into people's everyday lives. It was a civilization overflowing with wealth and brilliance, not unlike a city of gold. It seems Noah's memory here is before Miser's birth, likely a few decades earlier. At the time, the human world had just barely recognized the existence of other worlds. Beyond space-time, completely different, unknown worlds. At this, many admired the romantic sound of it. Large numbers of people, with pure curiosity, began to research all of the ways in which they could be reached. Poured into this era, Noah, other worlds, huh? I really want to go. Was truly, truly ordinary, with a bit of yearning at the sound of other worlds. Quiet and gentle, young, family-loving man was brought to this place when he became an adult. This place called an altar was something like a head temple, consolidating the technology of Genesis. Why do I feel like they're gonna sacrifice him or some weird shit, and like that's why he's all pissed off and angry? I don't know. I feel like he's being bamboozled right now, and I don't like it. Like, I'm not a Noah fan, but like, dude, you made him crazy, and if you're gonna fucking bamboozle him, that's why he's trying to kill me. I don't like this. The people working here follow the faction they belong to in their specialized facilities for research. Noah was brought to this altar by someone from one of these factions. This is literally, that fucking what's that movie? What the fuck is that movie? You know which one I'm talking about. Anyway. What? With like Dauntless and like all that, you know, with in those books. Why can't I think of the name of them? You know what I'm talking about, though. They have their factions, and you don't like leave your back. Like, that's what it is. Anyway, from what he said, he was scouted directly by this faction and was to start working here. I was pretty good at sorting a bit of data, but of course I never had the technical skills to be called a genius. Why was I brought to an altar? While filled with such questions, Noah was genuinely happy. if he could be involved in work relating to other worlds, even a little. As a sincere man, he thought of ways to repay the faction that selected him. Anything his ordinary self could do. To give it everything he had, he worked fervently every day. Without even a shred of doubt that it was all for nothing. His cruel fate began to visit him several years after starting work. So this is a hole in space leading to other worlds. Created by his faction as a prototype, Noah had come to study what's now called an artificial wormhole. If you're that interested, you should take a closer look. At the suggestion of someone in his faction, Noah, careful not to fall into the wormhole, cautiously approaches and peeks inside. Of course, its inside can't be perceived, and he doesn't know the destination. However, humanity would eventually move through these gaps in space to go on adventures to other worlds. But for now, they're going to shove him in and be like, oh, fuck, he's dead. That's not a good world to go to. He heard that presently other factions were already developing means with which to move through them. Just imagining the sight, Noah's eyes glimmer like a child. And then by someone from his faction, the man who had scouted Noah that day, shoved him from behind. He knew that was going to happen, and they shoved him into that terrible world. What? Before Noah could even understand what had happened, Noah's body, he was just a test dummy, with no means to stop, was sucked into the wormhole before his eyes. They were like, get that one guy. He's not too bad. I mean, he can't really do anything, but it's okay. We'll make him think that he's really wanted and everything, and then we'll shove him into the wormhole when it comes time, and he'll be like our guinea pig. It was too abrupt. It only took moments. The man who pushed Noah in started snickering on the spot. I put the tracking spell on him. If successful, it's a big achievement for us. You found a great disposable pawn and such. This right? I mean, his scouting was all for this moment. The people in that faction didn't have the slightest interest in him for his scholarly talents, which he said he didn't really have many, so. They only dreamed of bringing about a new era of otherworldly travel. Their sense of ethics had long collapsed. They were but a group of mad scientists. To them, Noah was just a check if the human body could endure travel through space-time. He was a test subject. There was no reason for choosing him. It was nothing but happenstance. That's so awful, and you dickholes are why he's gonna torture me! Thanks a lot, a-holes! After this treatment, Noah was swallowed in the waves of space-time for quite a duration and arrived at... Rather, he was ejected into... nothingness. There was no life, land, or atmosphere. Something before a world takes shape. A space of nothing. Oh my god, wait, wow. He didn't turn into the world, like... Oh my god. So he was just like, great, I'm just out here, and then when, like, the world takes shape, he didn't, not like Miser adapted and, like, kind of changed for the world. Like, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, he just kind of, turned into the world, but, like, the world existed. But nope, he did not. Wow, okay. I don't know, I just wasn't quite expecting that, I guess. After arriving there, Noah, much like Miser, no, more than him, in the worst possible way, he lost his human form. Unable to even scream in pain. Endless expansion of his body. Enough to fill that space of nothingness that should have no bounds. Without pause, he stretched. Until a certain time, his expansion finally stopped. However, as the price, his body withered completely. As a result... That's right. Noah didn't suddenly become a personality inhabiting this world. He didn't wash up on this world and end up combining with it. That's what I thought, you know. The ash piled up on the land, and this is the shattered remnants of me. So if you were, like, not a miserable son of a bitch, maybe the world wouldn't be a miserable son of a bitch place. The dry atmosphere that torments the living. This is my breath. Wow, he's so angry. He's salty. Oh, hey! If I turned into a world, I'd literally be like a salt world. Like, this world's so salty! You're damn right we are! Shut up, whippersnappers! Anyway. Just like how Miser was reduced to a grotesque form to adapt to his environment, I, the world of end times, was reduced to this world itself.
Oh, this is not bode well for things. No, it does not.
What's likely the voice of Noah now, showing me the memories, echoes out. That was the signal for me to wake up. Like peeling away from Noah's body that I was being assimilated into, I regained my consciousness. No, I really am happy. You know who I am. That makes me so happy. Thank you, Spacey. He, in front of my eyes, looks similar, yet doesn't, to the him I saw in his memories. Of course that's the case. A former human reduced to the world itself. That's Noah's true identity. World of End Times. Noah. Originally, like Miser, he was a human born during Genesis. After being expelled into a space of nothingness, he was reduced to the world of End Times itself. The form of him standing before my eyes right now is only an illusion created from ash. As though reflecting on it, the agony and despair from that time, Noah's face twists. It was terrible. It really was terrible. Too much to express with words. If only I was born as a more beautiful world, I may have been saved. Well, it's because you were angry. That, or if myself and my mind disappeared, I could have just become the world. Unfortunately, my consciousness as a human was preserved. The despair of being reduced to a world. In this cruel space, all alone. Solitude that was too difficult to endure. I mean, okay, look, I know that we're all thinking in our head, like, I just want to be when someone's like, you're my world. Yeah, that's nice in theory, and like, but when just not exactly what you took it too literally, okay? I want to be your world, but like, not literally. Like, okay, not literally. I couldn't take it, so I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home so badly, to see my family. So I desperately shook my body to reach my hand to the world where I was before. As if reproducing it, Noah's fingers extend and caress my cheek. Then, shudder and vomit. Blech! Just don't touch me! The moments of the Genesis civilization collapse appear inside my head. Cities crumbling one by one. Was he the one that caused it? Damn bitch. People sucked into fissures likely connected to this world. It spreads further and further. Within days, the damage was on the level of most of humanity driven into the abyss of death. Like Jesus, bitch. But my wish, I had used power beyond what I thought, and I couldn't even control it. I nearly collapsed the human world itself, so partway through I gave up on that. It wasn't my intention. I just wanted to go home. I wasn't blaming this on anyone or trying to destroy things. Like, I'm supposed to feel sorry for you, but like, this is not going to end well for me, so no pity here. Like, I want to feel, like, okay, like, I want to feel bad for you, because, like, it kind of sucks. I mean, it does, but you're like, but also, you know what, though? Give me my body back, bitch. Like, he sadly casts his eyes down and gently places a hand on his chest like he's caressing his own heart. But maybe because I tried so desperately, not everything was bad. With the collapse of the world I caused, humans built arks to escape and survive, and I got to meet him. The other humans couldn't endure this world's environment. They all died before I knew it. Only he, despite taking an abnormal form, managed to survive in this world. I was happy from the bottom of my heart that I wouldn't be in solitude anymore. But he in a strange form, me in my world. Probably because we changed form to accommodate different environments, my words wouldn't reach him. He didn't acknowledge me. I was sad. But still, it was better than being alone, and I watched over Miser the whole time. Hundreds of years. Thousands of years. Tens of thousands of years. The person who made me not alone, someone to despair with together. Everything ties back to Danganronpa, some Danganronpa level shit. Stop it with trying to make us despair, people! And that was plenty for me. But that modest wish of mine, one day, suddenly, it crumbled away. Because he figured out how to get out of here. Where he built grave markers on my body, a small wormhole opened nearby. I saw Miser peek inside it and...
Here, you can have this coffee!
What? Oh, it was supposed to be Miser, but... One girl from the human world, my homeland. I witnessed the moment she saved him. I immediately thought this. I've been betrayed. Why? Why? Why is he the only one saved? Why was I left behind? Leaving me by myself, he regained his human heart. The envy and jealousy made me want to tear apart this world, tear apart my own body, and on top of all that, he also found the gate loaded into the ark that fell onto me. Using that, connected to the human world, he started moving his daily life into Enchante. In this world of end times, with nothing but wastelands of ash, he left me. Miser's heart was stolen by Enchante. You'd think he'd want to kill me and not, like, possess me or whatever the fuck is happening here. Miser, made me alone again. Even if it's ash with no warmth, even if it's wind that brings death, I always watched over him, nestled close to him, yet he did that to me so easily. 'Cause you're a horrible world. Jealousy, envy, hatred. I can't understand or empathize with any of his anguished words. But still, I can tell to a painful degree that his suffering isn't fake. But that's okay. If he's been saved, that's like a guide for me. Right, Spacey? Don't you think so too? If Miser could be saved, I could be saved too. If it's something Miser obtained, I should also be able to obtain it. With kind, passionate words, Noah, gently, like touching something beloved, caresses my cheek. I'm unable to move. And that's why, Spacey, I want you. Just like Miser, I want you to save me too. I want to be together. I'll do whatever it takes for the sake of you. I know I say I want a man harem, but this is not what I meant. Like, oh great, like no one I'll be one, and then okay, you're like a third wheel here. You're kind of an unwanted third wheel. Even if I can't do it now, certainly, I'll make it take shape one day to create the world you want. The world I want is to be back in Enchante with fucking Miser and like not have to deal with this bullshit. So, be with me. I'll be with you, by your side. I can't speak. I can't answer, but still, the pure sadness I feel from him, for me to cry tears of sympathy, that sorrow was more than enough. Spacey, I sought you countless times, but every single one, I was unable to reach you. Why wasn't it good enough? What was there that I could do for you to take my hand? I thought about it desperately, day in, day out. Always, 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 always. It's a lot of always. Then I had an idea. If Miser could be saved, then I just had to become him. Oh, I miss you, my beautiful Miser. Don't leave me. Anyway, so like this, I created myself. My face, my body. I shaped it based on Miser. Then, in order to make my voice one you would like, I reproduced his as closely as I could. Well, didn't go quite as well as I thought. No, because you don't have his personality. You're psycho. But using those strong feelings, despite only being a conceptual existence before, I managed to incarnate temporarily like this. For giving me that chance, maybe Miser's betrayal wasn't an entirely bad thing. If I didn't, well, you see, I wouldn't have been able to touch you like this, Spacey. Softly, Noah smiles happily from deep within. It's fleeting, but it's a sad expression. Hey, Spacey, this feeling of only wanting you is probably love. Isn't that what it's called? No, you're crazy. I probably like you. A gentle whisper. An unexpected confession. Noah's emotion directed at me is the one feeling for someone dear. But is that what this really is? I like you. Spacey, what about you? This is where you say miser. Even I, same as Noah, not any less than he. I have someone I desperately seek and wish to meet. But I can't say that name with my mouth. I see. So you can't even speak anymore. But it's okay, Spacey. We no longer require things like that. After all, we're going to melt into one. How depressing. With no border, truly is one. Yeah, this is terrifying. Now come, Spacey, my beloved. Come and save me. If Noah embraces me again, I know the faint senses I still have will quietly vanish. The person called Spacey Owaki. Everything will turn to ash and disappear. Body, soul, thoughts, everything. It's fucking depressing. I don't like this. This makes me sad. Yeah. As a person, Spacey Owaki, right here, has died. Ah, fuck! We're still in chapter 5, so, like, I just don't know how this... I don't trust you, game. I don't trust you and I don't like you right now. Alright, hold on, just to check. As usual, I have no idea where Spacey is. I can't afford to not take action just because of that, though. For now, I advance toward the place I used to spend my time, by the grave markers. I simply walk on through the clinging ash, continuing through the wasteland. An absurd stroll. A solitary journey without end.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? Hi.
If I let down my focus, the ash touching my cheeks will unsettle my consciousness. So even with Suppressio, it still causes pain. In that case, to distract myself from the hurt dwelling in my brain, I dig up memories of Enchante as I walk along. Shrouding myself in the mimicry spell, I finally managed to pass through the gate. And my first surprise was the human world on the verge of ruin has developed into a form completely different from Genesis. To be honest, at first I couldn't believe it was my homeland at all. And then when I entered the shop, I'd met that girl in, and there was no sign of her. Instead, an old man who, despite his refined look, had a hearty voice and personality. So on. He accepted me as a guest with ease, and I was in shock, honestly. When I saw Canas in the backyard, I understood why he was so accustomed. I had also heard that one was the longest-serving non-human here. I heard that one was... Okay, like, I heard that one... As in Canas, okay. If possible, I wanted to be the first visitor from another world. Secretly, I've always been a little jealous. He's like, yeah, I understand why you don't think I'm strange. When I'd gotten used to the shop and world, I met Il, who had fallen into despair. I had heard of him. I had heard of him from a fallen angel I had attended to before. I knew he was the angel of judgment. At first out of sympathy, then out of feeling responsible for giving him a warped personality, I was concerned. I started looking after him. While I no longer remember them, having family must have felt like this to me before. By the time I realized it, I thought of him as my little brother. Aww. We're gonna lose all of them, aren't we? Before I knew it, Ignis and Rindo, they became regular customers of Enchante. It was only natural for them to be around. Then, over 15 years passed. I was finally reunited with Spacey, who saved me before. And that kind of also explains why he lunged at us, but I still love that. Like you're like, that was like the first CG in the game and it was still the best. I love you, Miser. This ending is gonna suck. It started off so well. After passing through the gate, the moment I saw her figure and lovely eyes, I knew it was her right away. With too much happiness and emotion, without realizing it, I had forcefully embraced her body. But it's just how overcome with joy I was. This hurts me so much. As I think back, I sense a strange presence. I casually look up at the sky and, as if rebuking me, a sharp wind blows against me. Huh. Was I actually saying all that out loud? In that case, the presence just now... Noah? I can't see his form, but he's there. Confident of this, I ask the world, do you not like it when I talk about Enchante? To me, it was intended as a genuine question. The reply to it is an even stronger gust of wind. With no moderation, the storm... It's violent enough to drop me to my knees. What a modest harassment. But in reality, it is effective. As an ordinary human now, even the wind, blowing this strongly, is a worthy threat. At any time, if he wanted, he could create Spartoe to obstruct me. Seeing how he's not, Noah probably doesn't view me as an opponent worthy of that. He must figure there's no way I could save Spacey anyway. He's making light of me. But if you're going easy, I'll take advantage of it. Sorry, but I don't know how to give up. I force myself to stand and forcefully press on through the ash storm that obscures my vision. 1 step, 2 steps. Even when I stagger, I move my feet forward with certainty. Spacey, for sure, you... The moment I take my next step forward with enthusiasm, and the storm around me suddenly stops. Just like that, the calm feels unnatural. Don't tell me Noah's gonna start something. At the thought, I increase vigilance of my surroundings. And from an unexpected place... At the worst timing, it came from inside me. It was almost laughable how I lost strength. I collapsed to my knees on the spot. At the same time, from my mouth, a large amount of blood gushes, and the scattered blood is sucked into the ash like it's lapping it up. Don't tell me this. The Suppressio's effect wore off. When I perceive this... I can't scream too loud. I don't know if people like my... As in the past, the pain I felt while being reduced to that strange form, and that despair is revived. I scream and writhe around. My skin burns. The flesh under my clothes festers. Regardless of inside or outside, my whole body has a sharp pain, like it's being torn apart. What's... Is he... Was it? Oh no, it's supposed to be like an eye. I'm guessing. I'm just like, it's just a bunch of random letters. Like, what? With each breath, I spit up so much blood. Because of that, it becomes difficult to inhale. That vicious cycle makes my breath painful. The ash falling onto my body sends deadly poison into me. All of my blood boils. My internal organs die. It hurts. It hurts, it hurts. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. It's so painful. Kill me, kill me. Oh my god, it goes so fast. Oh god. Oh, hi. Well, okay. Kill me, please. An unending pain that creates this desire. It torments me once again. We'll save him, because we've been absorbed into this hellhole. We can be nice. We're the nice part of the world. Pathetically, I lose consciousness. For tens of thousands of years I was living here, as if it was normal to inhabit a place like this, I truly think that the time I spent living as that strange form was a frightening one. Ugh. My field of vision oozes red, as though poison had been directly injected into my eyes. Stand up. If you don't stand. I scold myself like this, but uh, uh, if I move even a little, intense shocks run through my body as if I'm being punished for it. In a place like this, I don't have time to stop. I grit my teeth, and while groaning, I move my hand. Aw, it's the cup. I bump into something. In my blurry vision, something that isn't made of ash emerges. I'm curious about the density I felt. While enduring the intense pain, I lightly squint in. Oh, and this is gonna be a CG of him like bleeding to death. Great. Right now it's just the cup, but it's blurry in the background still. What I got from Spacey. Ah, I see. I thought I dropped it when I was attacked by Noah. So this is where it was. And that reminds me, for some strange thing, this thing doesn't turn to ash, no matter what. I think this absent-mindedly. Just reach out and touch it. I have nothing right now, but one day, certainly, I will thank you once again for this drink. I'll go there and tell you myself. Definitely, no matter what. Oh. Seeing it, I remember. That reminds me, I only told her about the past. My thanks for back then. I didn't say it. That's not all. Still, not once. To her, what's really important, I haven't told her. I'm being completely cloaked in lies. That's the being that's inside me. Oh, a being. I totally read that wrong. And that's why. No. I want to see her. No lies. I want to tell her my truest words. And we're flipping back through all of our goddamn CGs. This is sad. Anyway. Sorry. Made by your hands. The coffee. I want to drink it. I see. I still have reasons why I can't die. Reasons to stand up and walk. An entire mountain of them. The feelings that overcome the pain well up in me. I apply strength to my arm. The crack of a bone breaking resounds. I don't care. I can still stand. I put strength in my leg. Crack of a bone breaking rings once more. Miser Rex. I raise my head and glare at the world. I spit out the bloody vomit, boldly smile. Of all worlds, in this world where all life is lost, I was the sole survivor. I'm king of humans and non-humans alike. Okay, boy. In this world that bestows death upon all, already riddled with wounds, all limbs, my vision, every part of my body screams out. But who cares about that? To see her, I'd pay any price. That's... even if I'm reduced to grotesque form, I'll find her. My body trembles enough to make me laugh at myself, but I put strength in and stand. I wipe away the blood overflowing my eyes and mouth and start walking again. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. With certainty, while heading towards death, I advance, seeking a woman I can't see. I shake off the intense pain running through my body with just one feeling. However... a large number of Spartoi appear as if covering the whole world, as though mocking my determination and trying to break it. Then... how distasteful to even reproduce me. If that has even reproduced my power, if I go near it, would I instantly turn to ash? I figure this is no time to joke and desperately go to move my feet. Of course, there's nowhere to run. The incarnation of ruin approaches. Is it like, are we manifesting it? How much can I resist turning to ash? Without giving up, Miser starts thinking of ways to overcome it when, with his arm grasped, he floats into the sky of the world of end times. Wondering what happened, he looks up and... Oh. I was like, did the ash monster take it? No.
I made it in time.
Il, why are you here? Il flaps his wings scoldingly as if to suggest he should know the answer.
Goodness, and you're the one always saying you're concerned about people. You're the one causing everyone else to be much more concerned, you know.
The fallen angel makes a pouty, angry face, unfitting for the dramatic scene. Miser weakly draws a smile, when at the same time... An enormous slash, a bright hellfire. All of the Spartoi covering the wasteland turn to ash. After confirming the enemy was scattered, Il meets back up with Canis and company. Miser, apologies for the late support. Wait, okay, but how are they here if they... Because didn't we say the Suppressi only works on humans? So, this doesn't make any sense to me.
Whoa! Did you just come all the way out here to get a makeover? Huh. Covered in blood and look like shit. Pretty cool.
Thanks for that. And more importantly, why are you guys here? How exactly... Asking that question after recovering some stamina with Il's magic.
What? Obviously we jumped in here through the gate.
Yes, as for me, I managed to escape the heavenly world.
Indeed. Glad to see you are safe, Il. I don't fully understand what they mean, but it seems these three came to help me and Spacey. I'm assuming we're supposed to be Miser, but sometimes it's not in Miser's perspective, so whatever. And understanding just how dangerous this world of end times is. Miser, we have no time to explain, but the information you provided about the world of end times, we also have knowledge of most of it.
Truly, this environment is pretty severe even for us.
But we're different from your run-of-the-mill non-humans.
Indeed, several hours of action are possible for us, and turning to ash would not be immediate. Therefore, Miser, leave the elimination of the enemies that are likely to appear to us. You should focus on searching for Spacey.
Yeah, hurry up and bring back the shop owner. Still haven't had enough to eat.
Yes, her as the owner, and you as an everyday customer. The two of your smiles together make Enchante. I believe that from the bottom of my heart.
Okay, so this makes me feel a little bit better, but I still don't trust the game. You three. They aren't telling him to withdraw from this world. Despite his inability to move decently, they're entrusting the search for her to him. They trust in him. I understand. I'll be relying on you for everything. Miser nods without hesitation, then scans his surroundings with his pained vision. All that exists are the endless graves he made over tens of thousands of years. Dig up memories. Making use of the screaming pain running through his brain, he finds that irreplaceable memory from over 15 years ago. The place where Spacey and I met. And probably for Noah too. And that's the place where it started. The place where the wormhole appeared, where he first met Spacey. That must be the place. She should be there. It's only a hunch. There's not a shred of evidence. But Miser and Spacey, and Noah, that place certainly connects all three of them. In that case, there's no choice but to try. With this conviction, Miser, to the lives he once buried. I'm sorry, everyone, but for the woman most important to me in the world, I will destroy the place where you sleep. After declaring this, he makes a certain request to Canis and company. Whew, my back hurts so bad. Ah, we're fucked. Oh, maybe not, though. This is the final chapter. It's the final chapter. We actually made it. We may get our ending in the next part, then? I don't know. It depends on how fast it goes. That was the path the regulars took to reach Miser. Each was the result of their own story in each of their worlds. Beast World Beastia. Look, hi! The pink text on the pinkish red background is not gonna fucking work, game. Jesus.
Hey, Ignis! Can't you carry me better? It's making my stomach hurt. He took the trouble to help us. Saying that right now is a little... What, are you complaining? Females of my age are delicate.
Ah, you loud brats! You don't want to be swallowed into a fissure, just be quiet!
Behind them approaches a fissure in space-time, large enough to swallow an entire mountain. Under both arms, while carrying the demon beast girl he met in the past, and also a boy. Escaping from it, Ignis rushes across the icy field. At his back, weaker demon beasts, similar to the boy and girl, follow Ignis's lead and manage to keep up. The fissures are spreading across Beastia now, possibly related to the ease at which wormholes occur now. It's harder to find safe locations in this harsh and cold world. About the only place still safe is...
We arrived somehow.
deep, deep in a remote region. The homeland of Ignis, Venator territory, is the only safe place. After the turmoil surrounding the search for Corrodo's family, due to rumors from the girl he's carrying about him never killing, many of the weaker demon beasts didn't hesitate to answer Ignis's call to evacuate. After seeing them taken in one after another by his kind, his fellow Venator...
Welcome back, bruh. How's the situation? I burned all the Spartoi heading this way, although they'll probably sprout up again. The fissures are getting serious. They weren't completely wiped out, but survivors who were late to get out, I doubt there are going to be many.
Most of those lost were the brutal and savage demon beasts, like the Minotaur, who rejected Ignis. Although the deaths are seemingly meaningless, it is still a loss. When Ignis says this, Dromi hangs his head. He notices that his shoulders are trembling. So even this positive guy would get gloomy over such a ghastly situation. When Ignis thinks this, he goes to pat him on the shoulder.
Kidding! You gotta be kidding!
The young man removes his bandana, throwing it to the icy floor, and yells. For a moment, he was unrecognizable.
Hey, Dromi?
While stomping the bandana, Dromi goes into a fit of rage. Okay, I was like, but Dromi's a psycho, so here we go.
Shit! How much do you think I meticulously planned everything out? For some shitty, meaningless world like the world of end times or whatever, it's making it all for nothing. Wiping out demon beasts in this world without even leaving a drop of blood or ounce of flesh behind. The one to win in this world is my bro. That's right, the life-devouring Venar. He shoves it all away, and for what?
Dromi changes and shouts in succession. During this, upon hearing a disquieting term he hadn't heard before, Ignis
Hey, Dromi.
grabs Dromi by the head, then forcefully turns his neck to face him.
What you just said, something about me and this vote whatever thing? What are you talking about? Why don't you tell me all the details?
Ow!
Are you an idiot? What do you mean, Venar? You don't get people involved in something crazy like that. But I figured Venar would be able to win over this world's absurd rules. What a crazy idea. Although I get you not liking Beastia's rules.
Dromi rubs his head and looks up, displeased with Ignis.
Bro, you're being really calm. Do you really not think anything of your predation from the past? I feel sick, like I really want to throw up. This is no time for puking. The situation is really dangerous, and that fissure from earlier. What's going on with Miser and the others?
Dromi makes a face of discontent, and next to him,
Ah, that! So it really was the human in the dark man from back then. I was surprised, but do you know them, Ignis?
apparently they had come to give their thanks, and as the demon beast girl and boy appear, I love the little fox voice, so adorable. The girl frankly says,
So? If you're worried, why not just go?
What?
You should be the last one to forget. Ignis is the very strongest in Beastia, right? Then instead of running away from fissures in Beastia or fighting those weird bone things, it'd probably be far better if you take care of the culprit in the other world. Yeah, protecting us this much has been more than enough. Even if other demon beasts survive, we can help them evacuate.
so you should go. At the girl and boy's appeal,
I have to protect them.
those he always thought this about have a stronger look in their eyes than the other, more savage demon beasts. Oh, okay, there was just weird punctuation there, because that was really more like, those he always thought he had to protect, the demon beast, the little boy and girl, have a stronger look in their eyes than the other, more savage demon beasts. Like, you get what it's saying, but, like, it's fucking, like, you translated it and then you just slapped it into sentences, but you didn't think about how they were constructed and go, that doesn't make any fucking sense, but... With their words pushing Ignis, he rubs their heads and steals his determination.
Thanks. Okay, I'll leave this in your hands and go on in confidence.
However, before he goes to that world,
Hey, Jerome.
to his little brother obsessed with calamity, he offers words to dissolve his belief.
With these fissures popping up here in Beastia, it's almost like the world of end times is devouring it. Because of that, the thoughts of the demon beasts aren't focused on slaughter or picking on the weaklings.
Hold on. He's getting nowhere.
In other words, your goal to break the rules of this world, it's like you made it, right?
He makes a face as if to say that he can't accept the words of Ignis.
Okay, but still, bro, Vinar, I looked up to you and wanted you to beat this world.
Ignis sighs at Dromi's staunchly zealous spirit.
Okay, I'm gonna go win just like you wanted.
He says that while casually shrugging his shoulders. Not understanding his intent, Dromi makes a perplexed face at him.
I'm about to go to that world anyway. Miser and everyone, I'm gonna be helping the regulars. I'm gonna go to that world and I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna break it down and win.
I mean, it's already Ash, so what are you gonna do?
If I win against that world that already beat Beastia, in effect, that means I beat this world too, huh?
Ignis doesn't forget to mention that he won't become Vinar, though. What outrageous logic. But also, there isn't any way to face off against such a dangerous world. Anyone would find Ignis's wild theory absolutely lunatic. However,
What? Don't tell me you think I, of all people, would lose.
the fanatic who is fixated on victory over this world, or Ignis's self-proclaimed little brother,
No way! You're the strongest, bro! There's nothing you can't burn!
so like Dromi all of a sudden, like, so all this took was Ignis to be, hey, that's dumb, but I'm gonna go kick this other world's ass, and like, kinda in the fact that what you wanted, right? And Dromi's like, yeah, okay! Okay, well, whatever. Look, they're getting, I guess that's the happy ending, and Dromi's on a douche canoe. He's like, alright, I realized I was wrong. It's like the Scooby-Doo ending, but... Well, his dream of Vinar beating this world was crushed. If the choice was winning or losing against some nothing world out there, his big brother, the strongest, was coming out winning. That's the obvious choice, he thought. Thus, like throwing away his faith, returning to his usual form, Dromi sees Ignis off.
See you later! Tell him your little bro Dromi sent you. We know you're gonna crush it.
Alright, well... Fairy World Medio. Okay, so this is basically the end chapter, so it's going to be like how everyone's getting their, like... We're wrapping up everything. Like, Dromi was trying to be a douche canoe and then realized, oh, they got their hat. That's their, like, quick-ass resolution way, so, like... You're not wondering, I guess, at the end of this one, like, so, like, is Dromi still trying to, like... No. Okay. I guess that's what's happening here, but anyway. I'm going to wrap this part up here because we're about at time. And we don't have time to read through all of Candace's, so we'll start that in the next part, and we'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure we'll get her ending. We might not get it till the part after, so we'll see. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.